something on this theme because this very, very important theme. The themes that I keep for the meeting, I don't just copy paste somewhere, copy from somewhere and paste it. There is a reason why I'm doing it. Bit of that I want to explain to you today. Connecting to this theme, I want to share some of my experiences as well as the good thoughts that I have collected so far. Thoughts become things. Thoughts become things. I don't know how many of you have actually realized it. I have realized many things. The very fact I'm sitting in my own office, yes, it was my dream. Otherwise, a person sleeping on the roadside, working as truck cleaner, painting the buildings, carrying the luggage as coolie, from there to here would not have happened. There are a lot of things which you could not compare with what I was and what I am today. Purely manifestation of my dreams, visions that I have. Thought, somebody spoken, a word expressed, directed towards somebody can lift that person, make that person, or it can destroy that person, can make or destroy that person. That much power the words that we express have. If that person is a weak person emotionally, will get hurt, collapse. If that person is strong, to come up like a resurrect and evolve, person like Arya, fighter in life, yes, stand up and face and move forward. A person is weak, collapse, will not get up. So we need to be very, very mindful of what we communicate. We are all exploring the field of communications. We need to ensure that anything that comes out of us should contribute, lift a person, not to destroy a person. Dr. Robert Schuller, a great personality, was such a radiating of fragrance of love. That kind of personality he was. Wherever he went, there will be a lot of people surrounding him. Even Muhammad Ali, we know the whole, the heavyweight boxing champion, even he went to take his autograph. That great person he was. Whenever he gets into the aeroplane, even the pilot would come out of the cockpit and go and ask autograph from this gentleman. Such a great person. Once somebody asked, how could you radiate such great fragrance and love towards anybody and everybody? Somebody asked, whenever people ask, the answer would be this: God loves you so much, so I do. God loves you so much, so I do. And he is the person said this. Person said this. Selfishness will turn our life into burden. Selfishness will turn our life into burden. Selflessness will turn our burden into life. At one stage, why do we have the prayer that we have? Why do we used to read that pledge statement? Give more than what we take, produce more than what we consume. We should not be a burden on the planet. If I am alive, there must be contribution from me, not for my sons, my family, my people, me, for the single word, 3-letter word I am telling, for, towards which direction you are showing will make a big difference in your life, where you will reach and where you will be. For. The more and more it's only for this side, we won't grow. We won't grow. At one stage, you will get frustrated. How much you will eat? For example, 3 times we can eat. When you are capable of producing more, when you are capable of producing more. Why do you produce only this much, only for you, only for you? We can. There are a lot of people could not. We can go and live those people. There are a lot of things going wrong. We can go and correct those people with our skill that we have, communication skill. The same gentleman said this. In fact, why I'm telling this is the word that comes out of our mouth can come. If it is a good word, it can come. Good word can come only if we have good thoughts in our mind, if our mind processes right things. I used to tell mind does three things predominantly. Mind does three things predominantly. 3 M's I used to tell. Mind manifests thoughts based on a lot of thoughts. Mind keep on processing. It also manifests thoughts. And it will multiply thoughts. One thought. With that, many thoughts will multiply similar thoughts. Okay. And it will magnify thought. Maybe very, very small. The process, the depth to which we keep thinking about certain things it will get magnified. It will get magnified. Now, what is the problem here? If they are good thoughts, it will help you. If that can help you, you will help the surroundings. If they are bad thoughts, wrong thoughts, it will destroy you. Not only you, your surrounding will suffer. Your surrounding will suffer. The word that comes from you, if thoughts are wrong, the word that come from you will affect other person badly. If your thoughts are positive, good thoughts, it will go and help other person. It is. So that's why thoughts become things. People who are having good thoughts to contribute and create, they go on to manifest the good things for the society, for the future generation to enjoy and use it for the betterment. The bad people, the wrong thought process going on in whoever be those individuals, they keep on radiating with the negative thinking, radiating with the wrong things. They manifest wrong things around. If mind is garbage, everything around will be garbage. That's why in Tare Zameen Par, a beautiful statement. I always admire this guy, Amir Khan. Jo dikhta wo hai nahi, jo hai wo dikhta nahi hai. What is there we don't see? What is there we don't see? But we see what is not there based on our mind. So it's very, very important. We cultivate our mind. We cultivate our mind. There's Robert Schuller, because he was such a person, evolved person, radiating so much of love and fragrance, compassion towards anybody and everybody. He said this statement also. It will go. It's so powerful, the statement. It will be so soothing to listen and hear for the people who are suffering and going through tough times in life. He said, tough times never last, but tough people do. Tough times never last, but tough people do. A person who is going through tough time, turmoil in life, challenges, when he hears that, he or she hears that statement, definitely will feel, it will change their mood. Yes, whatever I'm going through, okay, but I need to be tough and evolve. But somebody come and tell, this is your life, you can't do anything. Somebody tell like this, what will happen? Already is going through it, collapsing situation. The person will get destroyed. So it's very, very important when we cultivate our mind for better thinking or better the positivity, then we go and radiate and we create. See, our mind, the thoughts put together can create us or destroy us. Not only us, when people are around. Why it is so important to cultivate our thinking process? I'll give one, I will tell my master, okay, why I am talking so much. If these great people did not come in my life, I won't be where I am today. I have very, very, very high regard for those people who came in my life, did what they did, and said what they said to me. Exactly the right time. If those few words did not come, if this few random act of kindness did not happen in my life, I won't be sitting where I'm sitting today. Because I see a lot of people, they just come and 2 years, 3 years, they gain so much, they just leave and go. They don't have even nothing for me. This habit will make them wherever they go. My master, I'm talking about Mr. Vijay Kumar Nair, in college, first year BCom. I used to admire one master in my life to that level is the person. Vijay Kumar Nair, commerce, he used to teach us accounting. Every other master, the student used to play around, disturb that teachers and masters. They will get disturbed because of the students. But this master, nobody will play around with him because he used to be lion. He used to be lion in the class. Nobody will play with him. He is the only person I have seen master means somebody should be like that. That's my feeling whenever I think of him. He is master in the subject, command and authenticity over the subject. Everything was there with him. So you will not waste even few seconds in the class. So methodologically you will come and do. I used to feel so happy about this class and this master. But other students who used to enjoy and make fun and waste their lifetime, they won't like him. They won't like him. But for me, he was a great idol to be emulated. Great idol to be emulated. Even till date, I have so high regard for him. Till date, I am in touch with him. One day, what he used to do, he used to teach in Christ College, accountancy. He was a regular professor there, and he used to come to my college. What he used to do, he used to dictate a problem there. Same day, you will come to our college and dictate the problem. Next day, you'll solve that problem there. Then when he comes in the evening, you'll solve that problem here. And it so happened, once he dictated a problem, next class, he did not solve it. What I used to do is, I will not wait for next class. The same night I go home, I'll solve it. Because I cannot wait for the next day. Today, if I can do, I'll finish it up today itself. Next day, I'll be simply sitting and watching him, what he's doing. He used to get annoyed. He used to feel uncomfortable by seeing me. All students are writing with respect, but this fellow is not writing. He used to feel bad about me. And he asked me also once, why you are not writing? I told him I have already solved it. Why I have to write? So I used to watch him, what he does on the board. Okay. And it so happened, one problem he dictated there, he dictated here. In next session, he was not solving. I told him, I asked him, sir, why you are not solving? Those days I could not speak in English. He comes from Kerala, Trishur, and he knew Tamil. I did not know English. So I used to sit in front bench. I used to talk to him with Tamil only. So I told him, why you are not solving? Then he said that problem is not right problem. There is something wrong in that. When I solved, I could not solve it. Some error came. So I disregarded. I told him, sir, I solved, the answer came. I solved, the answer came. Then I pushed him, solve it. Then he was not comfortable. Finally, one day he took that problem, solved it. I was completely watching what he does. I have the answer with me. And finally concluded the answer came. Then he came and asked me, are you happy now? Like that. This is the relationship that I had established with that teacher. One day what happened? He gave a problem that had some complexity, some trick in that. That night, I took some extra time. I could not solve it immediately, but I solved. Next session, very proudly, with a little bit of pride, he asked me, could you solve that? Like that, he asked me. Then I told him, yes, I did. Spontaneously, why I'm sharing this example is, one word that comes from a right person can lift a person who is otherwise treated as nobody to become a great person. Okay. Till that time, I'm telling you, people used to look at me as labor. I could not even speak a sentence, I'm telling fluently. People used to look at me labor. The way I used to dress, the way I used to go by cycle. Okay. College I'm talking about. So that is how I lived my life. Being a labor, what will happen? Working in the factory, full of dirt. And so somehow I make and go to the college. And there, that day, when he asked, could you solve that problem? When I said, yes, I did. Spontaneously, he said this statement. In front of everybody, he said, your brain must be taken and kept in museum value. Your brain must be taken and kept in museum. How do I feel that moment? When I am looked at so low, I'm nobody. I compared to all the students there, hundreds of students there in the class, when I was treated as low profile, very silent, very humble, and when this master says in front of among all the students, he says, "Your brain must be kept in the museum, Velu." It lifted me like anything. Lifted me like anything. That's spirit. When it comes from that lion I'm talking about, whom I admire. For me, master means he is the master. He is the master. Vijay Kumar Nayak. So I am telling you this incident to you. When your mind has clarity, when your mind filled with right thinking, the words that you express, that will be the right thing. And if you express negativity towards others, then it will collapse them. It will collapse them. Your words can lift a person who otherwise will do nothing, who otherwise will lead a mediocre life, who otherwise could not accomplish anything in life. One word comes and make that person to go after many things in life and accomplish possible. So very, very important. Okay. The mind cultivation. Mind cultivation. Because the thoughts that processed will be the starting point for your communication, whatever you tell. So we need to work on mind cultivation. If you look at the physical field, the physical land, I don't know how many of you have seen the physical land cultivation. I'll take one plant, paddy plant. With the paddy plant, what happened? How the paddy plant is grown? What they do, they take the paddy. I don't know how many of you seen. They take the paddy and put in one field. They sprout and come to this much height. And after that, what they do, they remove all those paddy plants, baby plants, and take to another field and replant. Maybe 3 or 4 paddy plants they keep together with a constant distance. Why they keep 3 or 4? Paddy plant is not strong plant. If you keep 3 or 4, they can hang on to each other and stand. They keep. After they grow little height, what they do a process called kalai edukkiradhu in Tamil. They go and remove unwanted plants around the paddy plant. Why they do it? The energy which otherwise will be available for paddy plant to grow will be absorbed by the unwanted plant. If we don't remove, the paddy plant cannot grow healthy. So they remove it to make the paddy plant grow healthy. Now, what's important for you to understand here is paddy plant cannot grow on its own and give you paddy. Paddy plant cannot grow on its own and give paddy. It needs somebody to grow, farmer. You can never see a paddy plant growing naturally and giving you paddy. It needs somebody to grow. I'm talking about unwanted plants called weeds. They don't need anybody. They grow on their own. They grow on their own. They don't need anybody. Unwanted plants. What you can understand from here is good things need effort. Good things need effort. The wrong things doesn't need any effort. The wrong things doesn't need any effort. Automatically it can happen. This is a physical land. So far I explained to you cultivation of the field. I'm talking about mind cultivation. While thoughts manifest into things, thoughts become things. Our actions, our behavior, the words that we express, everything depend on our thoughts deeply rooted in our mind. How they get deeply rooted is nothing but force, whatever I said now, the cultivation, and we unconsciously take a lot of unwanted things. If these things are good, it will create you. If these things, whatever gone into your mind is not good, it can destroy you. It can destroy you. So important, every individual, he or she must be very, very careful and take ownership to cultivate the mind, their mind. Very, very important. You do a lot of things, studies and so many things, but one has to be very, very careful of the mind. Somebody is very big, somebody could not open up, everything coming from the mind. Why somebody is dynamic, charged up, mentally charged up. Somebody is very dull, mind is dull. All connected to the mind. So what we need to do with it? We need to cultivate our mind. The quality of thoughts that you put in your mind, the quality of thinking process that you have in your mind will have impact in your communication, will have impact in your behavior, will have impact on whatever you manifest in your life, you go and achieve in your life. Single most important factor, mind cultivation. I wish all of you get this right and start working on this. Start working on this. If this is not right, nothing in your life will be right. It's so important. Your mind should be heaven, a garden filled with heavenly things. Mind. If that do not happen, then it will be, life won't be better. So we need to do that. Now, what is the danger in the mind with the mind? Very important to know. In physical land, you can remove the unwanted plants. It's easy. You remove and throw it. Pluck it and throw it. But once the thoughts get into your mind, you cannot delete. You cannot erase it. I could remember so many things when I was in a crawling stage. I'm telling you. Crawling stage. That is our mind. Our mind can make or break us. Our mind can make or break us. So it's very, very important. We cannot delete. Very important to know this. We cannot delete. So we'll be mindful of what information we put into our mind, what information we process, and how to cultivate our mind. It should be dominant activity in our life, mind cultivation. You should be careful about where you are concentrating, what are the things you are involving. And very, very important. If you focus on this, then you go on to become a great person. That is possible, because if mind is a limitation, mind is limited, we'll be limited. That's very, very no, people have experienced it. Not that people have not experienced. That's why I wanted to say this. You all at least get this point, start working on this. Later on, at least now onwards, we can concentrate. Some thoughts are coming, some things are happening. Let's not put our mind on what is not required for us. We know something is not okay. Why to put that in our mind? Not required, because we know the difficulties of our mind. Anything gone into our mind, it cannot be deleted. While we know the impact of what goes into our mind, they will have impact. If they are good, it will create. If they are bad, it will destroy, and it will create bottleneck for my growth. We know this. So what to put in our mind, we should be mindful of it. Okay. With this, I conclude. We'll have one more session next.